is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the book of Ruth, chapter 2, verses 1 to 3, 8 to 11, chapter 4, verses 13 to 17. Now Naomi had a kinsman on her husband's side, a prominent rich man of the family of Elimelech, whose name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabite said to Naomi, "Let me go to the field and glean among the ears of grain, behind someone in whose sight I may find favor." She said to her, "Go, my daughter." So she went. She came and gleaned in the field behind the reapers. As it happened, she came to the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the family of Elimelech. Then Boaz said to Ruth, "Now listen, my daughter, do not go to glean in another field or leave this one, but keep close to my young women. Keep your eyes on the field that is being reaped, and follow behind them. I have ordered the young men not to bother you. If you get thirsty, go to the vessels and drink from what the young men have drawn." Then she fell prostrate with her face to the ground and said to him, "Why have I found favor in your sight, that you should take notice of me when I am a foreigner?" But Boaz answered her, "All that you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband has been fully told me, and how you left your father and mother and your native land and came to a people that you did not know before." So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. When they came together, the Lord made her conceive, and she bore a son. Then the women said to Naomi, "Blessed be the Lord, who has left you this day without next of kin, and may his name be renowned in Israel. He shall be to you a restorer of life, and a nourisher of your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you, who is more to you than 7 sons, has borne him." Then Naomi took the child and laid him in her bosom, and became his nurse. The women of the neighborhood gave him a name, saying, "A son has been born to Naomi." They named him Obed. He became the father of Jesse, the father of David. The word of the Lord.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Matthew. Then Jesus said to the crowds and to his disciples, "The scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat. Therefore do whatever they teach you and follow it, but do not do as they do, for they do not practice what they teach. They tie up heavy burdens hard to bear and lay them on the shoulders of others, but they themselves are unwilling to lift a finger to move them. They do all their deeds to be seen by others, but they make their phylacteries broad and their fingers long. They love to have the place of honor at banquets and the best seats in the synagogues, and to be greeted with respect in the marketplaces, and to have people call them Rabbi. But you are not to be called Rabbi, for you have one teacher, and you are all students. And call no one your father on earth, for you have one Father, the one in heaven. Nor are you to be called instructors, for you have one instructor, the Messiah. The greatest among you will be your servant. All who exalt themselves will be humbled, and all who humble themselves will be exalted." The saving gospel of the Lord.
My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, My dear children and my dear young people, today, 26th of August, 2023, Saturday, we are in the 20th week of the ordinary time of the liturgy. The Gospel is from Matthew once again, chapter 23, verses 1 to 12. It is a teaching of Jesus. It is a warning that Jesus will level against the teachers of the law and the Pharisees. So what we learn for our spirituality is based on what we understand on these two categories of people during the time of Jesus: the teachers of the law and the Pharisees. Both groups are very good with intellectual formation. The teachers of the law, they were perfectly good at teaching you what to be done and what not to be done. The Pharisees were so good at making you observe what should be observed and when it should be observed. Both were very competent. They are two competent categories of people during the time of Jesus. Good at law and good at observation. But the problem here is that the teaching is different from living. Their authority is different from giving the example. Look, that is why Jesus is now warning the people. Look, listen to the teachers of the law. Learn what they teach you, but do not live according to how they live. Listen to the Pharisees and observe what they command you, what they teach you, but do not live how they live in the society, because their way of living is totally different from the way that they are teaching. And they don't give that example. They don't give that credibility. They don't give that validity. They don't give that credibility to what they teach, what they order, what they ask us to do. Therefore, Jesus is warning us to be careful. Warning the Pharisees as well, but not only to appear in your glamour before the society, to be addressed as master and to address as teacher, or to be respected in marketplaces. No, that is not what is going to save your life. When you listen, when you observe, when you live accordingly, and that is where you are going to. When you listen, when you observe, and when you live accordingly, and that is when you are going to save your life.